prone to pigmentation, which can manifest itself in melasma. Melasma is a type of pigmentation that typically is brought on from hormones or pregnancy, which has you have a lot more estrogen going on. But not always. It could be from, birth control even, and other things. So hello, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new, welcome. If you love this info, please subscribe. I'm Cody, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin, regardless of your age, concerns, or budget. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about why melasma or pigmentation comes back, because this is an area we specialize in. It's an area that is very humbling because sometimes you can do everything right and then the pigmentation comes right back. So first thing I always want to say is be kind and gentle with yourself. It's not your fault. It's not something you're doing wrong. You just need to know that, because a lot of people with melasma, women, are just really frustrated, with themselves, or they're confused and they're not sure what to do or what to use, and they're, whatever. If you also want more information about just kind of skincare tips that I only share to my subscribers in email, sign up below, because I am sharing a lot more information that way of behind the scenes stuff, secret stuff, and just stuff that I want to share with people that are loyal to that email list that I can go into more great detail with than online. Anyway, so the thing you need to know is that if you're prone to pigmentation, which can manifest itself in melasma. Melasma is a skin type, it's a type of pigmentation that typically is brought on from hormones or pregnancy, which has you have a lot more estrogen going on. But not always. It could be from, birth control even, and other things. Melasma, a lot of people think they have melasma and they don't have melasma. They just have uneven skin tone or just sun damage, which is pigmentation occurs from sun damage. So your skin is genius, and your skin produces melanin, and it produces that to protect you from UVA radiation and the environment. And so it's its own sun protectant, okay? The pigment in your skin. That's why darker skin, ethnic skin, is able to not age very much, but darker skin and ethnic skin can definitely get pigmentation because of too much UV radiation in the skin. So you don't see melasma or pigmentation underneath your arms or on your thighs or on your butt typically, right? It's on the face. So if you have a place that has a lot of pigmentation now or melasma, you have to understand that it could have been brought on from a sunburn or something that's been happening over a long period of time, and now it's gotten really deep into the layers of the skin. It's scattered throughout, and it could be in the dermis below that, even into the reticular dermis a little bit. So you need to know that skincare products can only do so much, as I've always said, and even if it's prescription, doesn't matter. It can come back, it can make it not go away, it can make it even worse depending on your skin, depending on what you've done, depending on what you're doing now, depending if you're on medication, depending on a lot of things, and depending on how deep it is in the skin. So a lot of people, it's in the dermis, and then they use a little cream that's just helping the epidermal pigmentation of uneven skin tone and discoloration, and they get frustrated because it comes right back. Well, it didn't really come back. It's coming and showing you the deeper level of damage that always was. It's damage that's deep into the skin, and that's why it gets really dark, because it's going through layers of the skin, and that's what's being exposed. So you need to also just consider your hormones. You might want to get them checked, go to an endocrinologist. You want to look into sugar and diet and things that could cause your hormones and your thyroid. Maybe do a little bit of a liver cleanse. Use skincare, get a prescription, go see a doctor. You may want to get a laser treatment or a chemical peel or something. Know that a lot of lasers, make sure you do your research and go to someone who's a specialist, because lasers are great. But like anything, great technology in the hands of the wrong person, not that they're, negligent, but just maybe not enough experience. You want to make sure that they're an expert with that laser and that technology, and in that condition of skin, of pigment and melasma with that laser. Not just, I'm a laser specialist, but I'm not really a specialist in knowing all about pigmentation. And there's a difference, and there are many great doctors out there that do both and know both. It's not like, oh, I know how they use lasers, but then you're like lasering somebody and you cause too much inflammation because it's the wrong penetration or long frequency, right? So the frequency of that light that is penetrated through that laser is really important. Of how many times of pulses per second is really critical, because that can make all the difference to being able to not cause too much inflammation, so that the melanin response isn't released and re-triggered, and that it's actually getting deep enough so it's not too hot, and it's able to get into the deeper layers of the skin. I think that's what the halo pico lasers do as well. They get into the layers of the skin deep enough without causing too much heat and burn and stimulation, because the fractional time of that laser light is a little more delayed and not as quick. I don't know if that made sense. But if your pigment and melasma is coming back and you're just feeling extremely frustrated and hopeless, I feel you, honey. I am so sorry. But know that pigment, like acne, like weight gain, fluctuates. Things fluctuate, right? They come and they go depending on our environment, depending on the stress, depending on what we're doing. So nothing is ever, regardless of marketing claims, including the lasers and professional doctors that you see. All of us are trying to do the best that we can to get you a sustainable result, but nothing can be forever. Just like when you brush your teeth, the plaque builds up. So people will say, if I use this acne product, this pigment product, will it come back? Well, pigment's always producing in the skin, so of course it has the potential to come back. So you have to be rigorous and religious with what you use to treat your skin, including vitamin C and skin brighteners and pigment inhibitors like hydroquinone and licorice and stuff like that. So, and use more and use less and use more during the summer, and all kinds of techniques that I've already showed in so many videos, which I'll leave the links to those below. But don't get frustrated that it's just come right back, because that's not going to help you in your healing process. Be empowered. Know the facts about your skin. Don't get sucked into buying crap that's not going to ever work on you, and go see a professional. That's what professionals are there for. If you've done everything you can at home with every product known to man under the sun, go seek a specialist that specializes with melasma or pigmentation, and get the help that you need. And the last thing you want to do, my love, and I'll leave you with this, last thing you want to do is do a hardcore chemical peel at home by yourself, or be very cautious with chemical peels. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I've already said enough about the dangers of chemical peels. I specialize in chemical peels, and even I am learning constantly and what to do, what not to do. And these acids that are sold online that are professional strength, that are to the consumer, are extremely dangerous in the wrong hands, and even with instructions. Like, it takes us years and years. Even if we can go to a class for chemical peels over a weekend, that doesn't mean we know chemical peels. That means that we're now prepared to handle and know a little bit more about them. Now we spend the rest years and years and years and years knowing more about them and perfecting them, and skin type and physiology. The last thing you want to do is put a 50%, that's, or 25, 50, 75%. These are the last 3 emails I got. Well, one was a glycolic 75%, the other one was 25% TCA some girl did, and the next one just 2 days ago was 50% TCA. First of all, I don't know why you're putting anything like that on your skin. That's very dangerous, and good luck with that. We don't do that. A surgeon does that. 50% is very rare that they even do that, and it's only under certain circumstances, usually under anesthesia, just so you know. So don't do anything that could cause inflammation or a rebound effect, or to push that pigment deeper into the skin. And a chemical peel can do that. If you do that at home and you don't know what you're doing, you're causing too much heat, because especially TCA doesn't neutralize until it coagulates its own protein. So you can put ice cold water on that and baking soda all day long, girl, but that's not going to neutralize the chemical from penetrating into the deeper layers of the skin. Only glycolic does that, but don't get me started. Anyway, I hope today helped. I'm not sure if it did. What do you get out of today's video? Or you like, girl, you need to quit YouTube. You were off on a tangent. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you more about pigment and some of the things you can just know about it, so that you don't get frustrated, and know that it can come back. It's just part of it. It's like any kind of issue that we're struggling with, that we're frustrated with, it can come back, you know. And so maybe mix it up, get a new product, get a new brightener, get a new vitamin C. You know, it's not always about more products. It's about using them the right way, and using them maybe 2 or 3 times in a weekend or a day, like using them in a little bit more advanced way, so that you get more from that one product, instead of buying another cream on Amazon that's probably not going to work. If you're really struggling with pigment and melasma and deep pigmentation in the skin, not many products are going to work, just so you know. They're just not. It's just not. I know that sounds weird coming from me, somebody that, but even with what we do at the higher strengths of acids and peels and solutions in our office, it still takes a lot of work and a lot of sessions to get the results. So the idea that some cream that you put on, even if it's made at a compounding lab or get a prescription, that it's just going to vanish pigment that's been in your skin or below the surface of your skin for, you know, many years, that it's going to work overnight or in a week or in 3 months, even 6 months, is just unrealistic. So anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you soon in a new video. Remember to always stay gorgeous. Bye.